Hello everyone on YouTube, and thank you for dropping by my channel. Just a video here. I want to show you here a local car show. The Father's Day fly-in breakfast held at Somerset, Pennsylvania every year. And later part of the video on the same day, I also got some photos and video clips from a tractor show in the area. So enjoy. Indeed, it was a great day weather-wise for the show. It was cool and clear for June, but it was great turnout. Nice cars like this 1959 Ford two-door sedan. I always did like on these how the hood opened forward. That was a different touch. They did that from 1957 to 59. And you can see a fairly stripped down model, and here is a Kaiser Darrin. Very rare vehicle, and the first one I've ever seen live and in person. Indeed, and you will see here as we look closer, the Kaiser Darrin was supposed to be a competitor for the Chevrolet Corvette, a fiberglass body, two-door sports car. Although novel, the doors slide up into the fenders on it. You can see the little two-seat there, the little car. Like I say, and here's a view from the rear of it. And again, Kaiser Darrin has proudly displayed the name right in the middle of the trunk here. We'll zoom in and let you see it. But sadly, the cars cost too much, and people that did want a sports car were buying the Corvettes or imports from overseas, European cars, and it never did take off or save Kaiser, but definitely very beautifully designed car. A lot of artwork went into it. Of course, that's just sort of 50s cars in general. And also at the show is within. Speaking of Corvettes, there's two of them. There's a BMW even. And here we got a nice 1953 Chevrolet. I always did like this design. Furthermore, the 1953 Chevy is a two-door hardtop, and I do believe it's the Bel Air, the higher class model. This has two-tone paints. You have to love the design of that grille and such on the car. It's got nice lines. And here we have an Oldsmobile, specifically a 1955 Oldsmobile. And take a look, and it's even a four-door sedan. It has a few battle scars, but considering the age of the car, it's survived well. And I always do like seeing a four-door. That's something I personally own, four doors. And here we have another Kaiser. It's a Kaiser Deluxe. And check this out. This is very novel, the interior and all on this car. To begin with, that's unusual for an early 50s car. It has a padded dash. And it's typical, now that is, it has a nice amount of chrome, and it's standard, you see the extra pedal there, but here, again, it's designed sort of like a station wagon, and it's made the seat folds down, and you could take and haul your lumber and such in. And here's a 1968 Plymouth Valiant, four-door sedan, basic transportation in the day, and a 64 Pontiac Tempest. It's not a GTO, or so it does not say in the grill. However, even not being a GTO, it's the same exact body style. It looks like it. And just another walk down through here. See what else we have here. We have GMC pickup truck here. And here we have a 1970s era Thunderbird. One of those, the big long front end, and not such a long back end, but really long front end, the personal luxury car. And we got a Pontiac Firebird, a 1969, and a 1963 Chevy beside it, and another Corvette, and various vehicles about. Nice selection, again, something for everybody. And here we have a, makes me feel older. Remember when these were just used cars? Early 80s 19 Chevy Caprice. And then we have a Mercedes-Benz. I do believe I looked at the show. I don't know much about it. It's called the Compressor. And here we got a 1950s era Ford. And lo and behold, a 71 or 72 Cadillac. And listen to this. It's the sound of 472 cubic inches. No catalytic converters before the days. However, just before the days of the converters, it was 1974 on up, all passenger cars had to have them. Here we have a nice Dodge Monaco here to show. specifically a 1967 Dodge Monaco. My dad had one of these. I was too young to remember, but I had seen pictures. It was like a maroon in photo albums. And here we even have some interesting German cars here at our show. I have a Porsche. Don't know a lot about Porsche, but it's a say it's a 50s era. But anybody who wants to chime in the comments below, feel free that knows more on it. But I found it a very attractive car, and again, an unusual sight around here at a car show. And here we have a GTO and a Ford pickup truck from the 60s era, late 60s, I would say. It's hard to tell with custom ground. There's a 1955 Ford pickup, I believe, or 56, but I'll say 55. And we got a 70s era Mustang. The basically sort of the forgotten style. And we have a British car. Without a doubt, it was shocking to see a Morris Minor at our show. Again, I'm not really an expert on them. And here we have 1968 Plymouth Roadrunner, accompanied by, and according to the emblem on the fender, it's a 427, a 68 Camaro, and a 1967 Plymouth Belvedere or Satellite, not sure which, but again, then we have a late model Dodge Challenger, the hot rod model, and a Pontiac Solstice. Again, something from all sorts of generations showed up at the show. And here, going back into the 60s again with this 1963 Ford. They always early 60s Fords were nice design. And there is a Suzuki X9 painted in real tree, I think is what you call it. Camo, whatever. And here was one really nice motorcycle. I used to ride a lot of motorcycle, and I like this little Yamaha motorcycle. And the person had a nice little plaque here telling you all about the year, 1972, and a cafe racer. Furthermore, just a 350cc. But again, a nice light bike. I'm sure it would run rather well. And here we got a 1935 Chevrolet pickup truck. I like the blue paint, and it has a nice patina to it. It does look like somebody's, again, sort of in the process of maybe making a street rod out of it. But and on the other hand, now this is fairly original. Here's a 1931 Chevy truck at the tractor show, which was on the same day as the car show at the airport, but about 10 miles away. And here's a collection of Oliver tractors, and take a look around what all there is here exactly. I'm not a big tractor expert, but I do enjoy them. I have an old Ford 8N and a later model, which I have videos on YouTube on it, a 1980 Ford, a little diesel tractor. Without a doubt, at this show, this Minneapolis Mall Lane was the biggest as far as size tractor, and with an enclosed cab, sort of like your modern tractors. On the other hand, the rest of the tractors at this show were smaller, and again, no enclosures. Back in the day, you didn't have a closed-in tractor with heat and air conditioning. You were out in the weather when you did your work on them. And again, there's the selection of John Deere's, probably one of the most popular tractors anywhere, especially where I live. However, I have been seeing, like people with smaller tractors, the compact for like more residential use, but still big enough they have the hitch on the back and attachments with them. Kubotas are becoming quite popular. I just do see a good many. And here's just another view, the rear side of the antique tractors. And here, speaking of a Ford 8N, here is one. It's not, again, I own one of these tractors. This one is not mine, but it's sort of about the same shape as mine. It's been used, not restored. I wouldn't want to restore mine, and you have to worry about it if you do want to use it. And here's the 8N's replacement, the Ford Jubilee. And as with the 8N we just looked at, this Ford Jubilee is, again, a nice survivor, but it has patina. It's never been restored or anything. I sort of like to see them original like this instead of all pretty and shined up. And one thing I like with like that old 8N and these Jubilees are the same way. They were a popular tractor. Any parts you need are available. You don't have to be worried about using it for fear of not getting parts, because again, you can buy anything mechanical or you need for it. And just another look at it, and we'll walk up here and we'll take a close look at the simplicity of the engine. Everything's right there, easy to access. And here's a collection of various small tractors and plows, like a snow plow attachment, and perhaps that middle one looks like it was completely homemade. But again, a little collection here of variety of other tractors. Yeah, it looks like a John Deere, this little green one, but yet on the other hand, it makes me think perhaps it is something handcrafted. It says Walker on the side. But anyhow, one way or the other, it's official looking there. Looks nice. There's a closer look at the one that definitely I would say is handcrafted in the middle. And that little snowplow is really nice. And here we go, hit and miss engines. We're going to let you finish on listening to these and watching it in operation. Thank you for watching.
We're going to have our first class of 3 and 4-year-olds. We'd like to thank the Roger Hay family for graciously donating their time and materials for this pedal pull. Okay, the first one is